Hello, everyone. How's it going? Wait for some of you guys to start hopping in here. For those of you that are watching on playback, glad to see you. Hopefully we'll have a good stream here. Let me get my camera settings on because I know it can be kind of pretty bright in the window. And luckily, I'm able to kind of bring it down a smidge. I think it just brings down like the brightness for the whole thing. Keep waiting for some of you guys to hop in here. There you all are. How's it going, everyone? Glad you could all be here. It occurred to me that it's been almost a month since I've done a live stream, and which sucks, but how's it going, everyone? Doing good. McLovin, Chris, M, Charlie, how's it going? Bradley boy, how's it going, man? Good to see you. It's been about a month since I've done a live stream, and I figure I never did one for 100,000 subscribers. I had that surprise party thing on Matt's channel, but I had not really done anything on my channel except for posting the video that the guys made for me. So I figured this would be a good opportunity to go ahead and do that. I think I'm at 104,000 now, which is amazing. I'm getting comfortable. My chair is really squeaky. I'm sorry about that. Hello. That video is so wholesome. Thank you. Yeah, I was not expecting that. It was such a surprise. I've never had a surprise party before, so that was really, really cool. Mine is squeaky too. Yep. Your Avenger. Holden, please say hi. Hello. How's it going? I figured this would be a good time to chat. I used to, way back in the day, and I mention this sometimes when I do live streams, but I used to do, every time I reached another 1,000 subscriber benchmark, I would do a live stream just to say hi to all the new subscribers. And, once the channel started to grow kind of more exponentially, it was harder to do that. And then I started changing it to, every 10,000, every 10,000 mark upward, or and now 100,000. So to all the new subscribers who may have come after I passed 100,000 to the ones that have been here for a long time, just wanted to say thank you all so much. Sorry, I'm burping around. I got a little drink here. I figured we could answer questions and talk about future content, talk about the short film that we shot last week and how I have Tyler helping with that. I'm going to finish the last shots I need for that today. Once I finish that, I want to finish my Spider-Man short film. So I created a new tab on my channel called Short Films, where I just put the short films I'd done. A couple of them are on different channels. And a couple, I was trying to remember everything that I'd done, and I'm missing probably about half of the short films I've done over time. But if y'all wanted to look at those, I put that on my channel. If you wanted to see stuff I did a long, long time ago. Sponsored by Bang. Actually, it's Ice. Hello, Homeless Hardman. How's it going? React to Daredevil with Matt. Yeah, I would love to do Daredevil. We talked before on different live streams how we probably won't be able to do TV shows for a little while. Where's your girlfriend? She's in the other room. She's working. I would love you to keep playing Spider-Man with Matt. Yeah, it's always been a scheduling thing. We would absolutely love to do that if we could do it, if we could schedule it. That's one of the reasons I think doing a TV show would be very difficult. Girlfriend watches episode 7. When's that coming out? Yeah, so we just finished our Halloween stuff. The reason I released Halloween 2018 later is because I had to shoot the short on the day that I would have edited that. And so I didn't get to edit it till a little bit later, or rather finish editing it. I did start it, but I didn't finish it. We also watched The Shining. So I'm currently editing that. I'm kind of bouncing back and forth because I'm waiting for Tyler to send some VFX shots back to me. And so while I'm kind of waiting before I score it and anything, I'm working on The Shining. So that will be probably sometime early of next week. I didn't know you were working on a Spider-Man short film. Yeah. Well, we started shooting it back in February, and then COVID happened, and we had to stop. But we filmed about 40% of it. It's definitely going to be the most technically challenging one that I've ever done. And we shot the follow-up to the Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees. That's what we shot, and so I wasn't able to get that done. I wasn't able to get that finished by Halloween. So I'm going to attempt to get it done next Friday, which will be Friday the 13th. I figured that would be fitting. I was like, everyone's kind of getting out of the Halloween mentality. Claudia, $5. Thank you so much. No question or anything, no message, just a donation. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that a lot. You are playing Peter Parker? No, I have an actor. I'm not really in any of the short films that I do. I direct them and write them usually. So I've actually thought about on my Patreon if I should like release the scripts for the short films that we do, just so you can kind of see and compare and how I write them and everything. I might put the Spider-Man one up there because they've been waiting for forever. And I posted like what do you call behind the scenes pictures and stuff that we've done. I think I had the suit that we had to get a couple suits. So I think they're hanging up in the closet ready to go. Claudia, thank you so much for that super chat. Are you guys going to watch Evil Dead 2013? We probably won't, only because we're getting out of the scary movie stuff. I've already released. I might as well tell you, we're going to finish off the X-Men trilogy, the Wolverine stuff. So we filmed Origins. That's already done, and it's on my Patreon right now. So if you wanted to go ahead and see it early, that would be a great way to do that. But we're going to finish with the Wolverine and then Logan in the next week or two here. And then Jen and I are going to be getting back into Star Wars as well. We're going to finish with, we're going to do Rogue One, Solo, and then do from episode 7 to the end there. And I would also really like to do The Mandalorian. King of the Hills 34, congrats on 100,000. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Bummer, makes sense though. Yeah, if enough people want us to see to do that, then we will. Tropic Thunder, you want to. It's one of my guilty pleasure movies. Tyler Adams, haven't slept, staying busy. Hey, man, I really appreciate it. I know you're doing a lot of work. Yeah, there's one that I go to for the VFX stuff. So if you ever have any projects where you need some VFX, make sure you reach out to Tyler Adams there. Are you reacting to The Mandalorian season 2 with Matt? We talked about it. We've had some issues with scheduling as far as TV shows go, but because we reacted to the first season of Mandalorian, and since Star Wars is a special place on our channel's hearts for kind of being responsible for the growth, I would love to do that. I would also love to watch The Mandalorian with Jen. What are your thoughts on season 2, episode 1 of The Mandalorian? Brandon, first off, thank you so much for that super chat, man. I have not actually seen it yet. I've been holding off. So I think that whenever I watch it with Matt or if I watch it with Jen first, that'll be my first time watching it as well. Have you heard Dexter returning? I have. Yeah, Jen and I were actually talking about that because we both love Dexter. I went through a huge Dexter phase, and I think I might have put this on my new short films playlist on my channel, but I did a Dexter, I don't know if I would call it a short film or a short or whatever, but I did a Dexter short where I played Dexter it's like 6 or might have been 5 or 6 years ago. And we put like this whole, we did like a whole kill room and everything. It was really, really cool. Will you react to other films like How to Train Your Dragon? We've gotten a lot of requests for How to Train Your Dragon. Knives Out has been a highly requested one as well. Probably when we finish the Wolverine movies, I'll probably run a poll either on my Patreon or just on my YouTube community tab as a whole, and we'll see what people want us to watch. Because I like to do the one-offs. I'd like to do Knives Out, stuff like that. Greg, thanks for the entertainment, man. Be interesting to see Matt's reaction to Kick-Ass or a similar alternate superhero take. Greg, thank you for that super chat. I would be really interested to see how he would react to Kick-Ass. I don't know how Matt will deal with like parody stuff, because we wanted to do Tucker and Dale versus Evil as well, and it's just hilariously kind of weird type of stuff. But I would be really curious to see his reaction to that as well. You're a saint for waiting to watch it with others. Thank you, Brandon. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it too. I think I need to redo my Disney Plus subscription. Hi from Norway. Hello, Herm. Let's see here. Sorry, DCEU. Yeah, that's probably gonna be one of the next big ones that we tackle. Going through like Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, Shazam, the Justice League movie. I'm really curious to see what's gonna happen with the Snyder Cut on HBO Max, because we have HBO Max. Speed Racer. I would love to do it. Yeah, that Star Wars reimagined scene has been a highly requested one for Jen and I to watch together. And we probably will. I think, especially once we start getting back into the Star Wars stuff, I think that would be a good time to do that. Carson, do you think you'll do a short playthrough of Spider-Man Miles Morales with Matt, similar to what you did with the first one with Pastor? Did Pastor and I do a playthrough of that? I don't remember Pastor and I doing that. When Spider-Man Miles Morales comes out, which should be pretty soon, I'm kind of behind on my news with that. I would not be opposed to doing like a let's play of it, like playing along. Is that a PS4 Pro? Yes, actually, I have my Spider-Man PS4 Pro. I'll probably have to. I think you have to get the PS5 for Miles Morales. Isn't that like the exclusive? Isn't that the deal? So if I decide to drop the cash for that, I think doing a live stream for Miles Morales would be a lot of fun. Let's see here. Watch Shawshank Redemption. That's my favorite movie ever. They've actually already seen it, so that's one of the reasons we will probably not ever do Shawshank, unfortunately. But fortunately, he has seen it, so he's already aware of how awesome it is. Do you know how to film a car driving? It's funny that you say that, because that's actually what we're filming today. We have a couple of driving scenes in the short. It's the last things that we have to shoot, and a resurrection scene. I don't know if I should spoil anything, but we're doing a car driving scene. So we're going to do it a couple of different ways. We're going to do a couple of drone shots, following from behind, directly above. And then I'm going to be using my crane here, if you can see it. That actually, I've done this before in the past, where I have somebody driving and I'm like literally leaning out of the car filming, so I can get that nice stabilized shot, real nice cinematic looking shots for cheap. So that's how we're going to do that. Gabriel Hernandez. Hi, Holden. Congrats on reaching this important milestone. I'll be there for 1 million. Greetings from Canada. Thank you so much, Gabriel, man. I really appreciate that, dude. If I'm not mistaken, you're one of my patrons, or we're one of my patrons, because I think I recognize the name. I could be wrong. Either way, thank you so much, man. 1 million, that would be awesome. I hope that one day that would be a reality. Hear my dog back there. Miles Morales will be available on PS4. Just won't have as many features. Okay, gotcha. Ever think about doing more games? Games historically on my channel have not done very well. The one exception to that was when Matt and I played Spider-Man PS4. It was like right in the heat of the My Friend Watches, when that was really growing big with Marvel. But historically, me playing by myself, I even played the Marvel beta with Sean Schemmel, the voice of Goku, and it still was like lower than normal. So I was like, well, if playing this brand new beta game with the voice of one of the most iconic anime characters of all time doesn't seem to do it, then I might be done with that. But if I'm going to be playing Miles Morales regardless and having fun with it, then I would probably do that just for my own sake. You going to watch Back to the Future? Stop it. Jim, how's it going, man? Thank you so much for being here. Glad you're here. Okay, let's see. I love you, Holden. I love you too, Alpha. Can you do a backflip? I sure can't. Miles on PS4 comes with a free upgrade to PS5. You're going to get your play button soon, right? I don't know. I don't know how that works. I've got nothing from YouTube. I don't know. Alex W. Huge thanks to you and the community for keeping my head above water during my depressive episode in June. I know it confuses you that vids about movies can make such a difference, but they do. Love the whole community. Thank you so much, Alex, man. I'm sorry that you were going through some depression. That's a lot of, that's a big super chat. So thank you so much for that. Sorry you were going through that, man. I don't know. It still blows my mind that just like us, I guess, like you said, just watching movies together can make, can make you feel the sense of community that we're all watching together. And I forget the technical name for it, but this sense of like, y'all watch me, and I don't really know most of the people that watch me. So I'm glad that you can feel that sense of community, and we have fun with it. And as long as people keep watching, we're going to keep making it. Okay, let's see here. Emery, hey man, you're my favorite YouTuber. Thank you so much, Emery. It really means a lot to me. Can you do a front flip? I sure can't. Hold on, what are your thoughts on the Spider-Verse in the MCU? I would be totally down for it if they did it right. I'm sold. I want to see Toby, Tom, and Andrew 100%. Jump 3 Pictures. Thank you so much. Will you watch the Matrix trilogy with Matt before the 4th one comes out? Is sci-fi even on the table after Star Wars? It is. And congrats for the milestone. Thank you so much. As far as the Matrix, Matt has seen, at some point, has seen the first one. So we might do like my friend rewatches or something as we go through the original Matrix trilogy. But I love sci-fi. So if people want to watch us react to that, and me probably pretty typically talk pretty highly about sci-fi stuff, even if Matt hates it, I'm down for that. I think that would be awesome. Thank you so much for that super chat. I really appreciate that a lot. V for Vendetta, so many bygone gyms. Jen and I were going to do V for Vendetta for, is it today? Yeah, today's the 5th. Didn't have time. I was working on my short. I really want to have that done on time. But we might do it at some other point. But I thought it would have been great to have been able to post that today. So I want to make sure I didn't miss any super chats here. Oh, here we go. Maybe a more edited game video reacting to game would do better than stream. It's possible. I've done that before. I think Matt and I actually did one where we played Minority Report together, and I edited just some like highlights of us playing and some funny jokes. Didn't do well at the time, but nobody was watching my channel at the time anyway. But yeah, that might be a good idea, because I literally bought a little Elgato stream like capture thing. As a gay Christian, I'm tempted to leave Christianity. I feel letting go would make more sense than trying to change the religion. Any thoughts or advice about this? Oh, we're going right to profound conversation here. My thoughts on that are don't judge Christ based on some of his followers. I feel really bad that you feel ostracized, and just know that you have people that love you. I love you and support you, man. And everyone's path to God is different, and love you, buddy. More movie rating talks with Jeremy. When theaters open back up, see, I'm just switching all over the place. When theaters open back up, I would love to do more of those like post-movie discussions, like Pastor Jeremy and I did, where we watched the New Mutants, and then we just talked about it at a Taco Bell. I like that kind of casual just discussion with your buddies that you would normally do after a movie. That's what I enjoy, and I think that's one of the draws to the channel is our post discussion. We're just talking about scenes, and yeah, I like that. I didn't like this, because that's how I prefer to do that. Carlos, if you lived in the MCU, how would you feel about the Sokovia Accords? I would have been Team Cap. I don't like the idea of. We're about to get political here right in the middle of this freaking election. I don't even know how that's going. I don't like. I don't know. I can see it from both sides. I probably would be more prone to understanding Captain America's side, where he's like, if there's a place that we have to be and they won't let us, we're going to be criminals for trying to help, and I get that too. Thank you for that super chat, by the way, Carlos. I appreciate that a lot. NFX Visuals. My friend watches Edge of Tomorrow, one of my favorite movies. I never actually saw it, but I've heard really good things. It's super sci-fi, so I'm not sure how Matt's going to react. Probably would hate it. Let's be real. He would probably hate it. Girlfriend watches Lord of the Rings. Friend watches Greatest Showman. I don't think Matt would like The Greatest Showman at all. He hates. That's definitely more of like a musical, and I feel like it would drive him crazy. But I'm really curious to see how Jen would like Lord of the Rings. I know she'd be open-minded. She probably would like it, I think. Or at the very least, have liked that she kind of went through it. That's how I feel about some things. Like there are movies that like I'm glad I watched, but I probably won't watch again. They were like too depressing. Hereditary, even though I did watch it twice for content, I probably would. I don't know if I will watch that again unless I'm just the odd man out in a vote to watch it or something. If we watched Lord of the Rings, I don't know if we would do the extended cut or the theatrical cut. I had people that were like, I can never win. People are like, you should have watched the theatrical cut with Matt. And I'm just like, okay. Let's see some super chats here. Make sure I didn't miss any. I sure did. Joshua Rock says, hey, Holden, how's it going, buddy? Please keep politics out of the chat. Probably for the best. Favorite ice cream? Vanilla. People give me crap for that, but I like what I like. Okay, sue me. Thank you for that super chat, by the way. I hope that was worth the $5 Canadian for that, to find out I like vanilla ice cream. What do you think of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man? I think he's a great Spider-Man. Wasn't crazy about the movies per se, but I think that he was a good. I really like Andrew Garfield. I think that from what I've seen, Andrew Garfield, as far as like in other movies, I think he's probably the best actor of the three, in my opinion. And you know me, I love Tobey. Probably the weakest Spider-Man of the three, though, at this point. I don't know. He's got some highlights I really, really liked about his Spider-Man movies, but some things I really didn't like. But as an actor, I think he has the greatest range. Then again, I think about Tobey in movies like Pawn Sacrifice, which you probably haven't seen, and a movie like Brothers, which you may have seen. So he's got some really great range, too. And I've been meaning to watch The Devil All the Time with Tom Holland to kind of see more of him. But love to see that you're getting the growth you deserve. Thank you so much. I appreciate that a lot. Hopefully people will keep watching. Guys, chill with the reactions. The crew have lives. Yeah, we do. That's all right though. It's kind of come to the territory now. I had people starting to reach out to like my sisters that don't even live in the same state and being like, has Holden seen or has Matt seen Interstellar? Can you ask Holden? All right, let's calm down with that. Killing it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm glad I can finally do the live stream. Thank you so much. Melly Mel, $5 super sticker. Thank you so much, Mel. Golden Light Pictures. I'm a new viewer, but I'm a fan. I've been binge watching through many of the videos. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you have. Hopefully you've been enjoying it. Dragon Ball Super Broly. Matt, I would love to do Dragon Ball Z with either Matt or Jen. Probably would be easiest to do with Jen, because I love Dragon Ball Z. And then because I know Sean now, I can like have, I don't know, he might be up for giving his opinion on certain things as far as like a first-time viewer going through it. So that would be cool to have the voice actor of Goku giving his thoughts on a person watching it for the first time. Jackson, thank you so much. No question or anything, but thank you very much. I really appreciate that a lot. Has your YouTube career ever caused friction in your personal life? Love you, brother. Very good question. Well, when I ended up getting furloughed when the COVID thing happened from my actual job, but I was able to have a living because of YouTube. It was like this perfect time. So I really lucked out with that. But I mean, in the sense that when we first started watching movies together, it was more about having fun versus like now it's actually like a career, path and like my source of living at the very least. The bright side is that since this is what I love to do, I just naturally work at it every day. But I guess because I'm my own boss now and I kind of look at my own analytics and look at my own numbers and I budget out my own stuff. In that sense, I don't know, there's a lot more freedom, but there's a lot more freedom in that regard. But if there's something that I have to do, I guess it can be hard for people to understand that when they're like, well, you don't really have to, you don't answer to anybody, but I still have like these personal commitments, I guess that can be hard for people to understand. It's been pretty great though. I mean, I'm very, very blessed. Do you know what your first feature film would be if you got the opportunity to direct one? Do you have a framework of what you would want to do? It would depend on a budget. I've always said that if I was ever given like a budget to do like a low budget movie, they were like, Holden, we're going to give you $10 million to make a movie. You can't do something like Transformers. You couldn't do something like Spider-Man. You just wouldn't have the budget to do that. So you'd have to make like a really good story type of movie. So if I was to make like a feature film and I was like, this is my first step, I got to be smart about it. I would probably do something like an adaptation of Charlie Chaplin's City Lights. It's like a romantic comedy, but it was like in the 1920s. And I think that it would do so well today if it was retold. It's Charlie Chaplin who's hilarious in it. And if you've never seen City Lights, it's a silent film, but it's fantastic. I think that's what I would do, something along those lines for like a low budget first feature. If I was able to help select the cast and who I would want to play who, to kind of get my foot in the door in a similar way that Mark Webb did, like 500 Days of Summer, open the door for him to do Spider-Man. But you have to, you don't want to put the cart before the horse. You have to make something reasonable, tangible, in order to prove to studios that you can make a good movie with little, so that they'll give you a responsibility for more. I'm missing super chat. I'm sorry if I'm talking too long on these things. Hopefully you're enjoying what I'm saying. And I'm getting to the super chats. Okay. Orlando, I'd love to see in Spider-Man 3 if Andrew Garfield came in and saw Emma Stone as Spider-Gwen. That would be so cool. There's so much cool stuff that they could do. I would love to see Tobey as like a seasoned, like wise, older Peter Parker in the similar way that he was in the Spider-Verse movie. At least the first one. The other one was kind of like he's going through some stuff. But I would love to see the three of them, and then even more that maybe we haven't seen together. You might get asked this a lot, but are you going to watch Logan? And I love your channel from the UK. Thank you so much. I mentioned earlier that the next movie we're watching, which will be posted on Saturday, it is available now on Patreon if you would like to help support the channel that way. It is already on Patreon, where we watched X-Men Origins Wolverine, and the next week or two we'll watch The Wolverine, and we'll watch Logan to finish it off. Let's see here. Sorry, guys. Will there be a crossover of girlfriend and friend watches? Yeah. Actually, Jen was with us when we did X-Men Origins Wolverine. So she'll be in the video that my friend watches this Saturday. We also did The Shining when we did the 100,000 subscriber. When my friend surprised me, we watched that all together. So I'm in the middle of editing that. Working on the short film first, though. That's kind of my priority because I want that up by next Friday. So yeah. Brock, how's it going, man? Holden, what's up from Ohio? My question for you is, what do you think of all these Spidey 3 rumors? Too soon to bring those guys? I would love to see them. I know that I'm kind of like, okay, well, we'll see what happens. I kind of hold my breath with it until it's like confirmed. But I would absolutely love to see that, man. I think that would be awesome. If you could learn 5 languages magically, which ones would you pick? Probably the 5 most common ones under English. I don't know, Spanish, French. Probably want to learn German, something like that. Probably just the next 5 most popular languages. Twilight Saga? That's a solid maybe. You know what? I actually think Matt may have seen some of those. I think we talked about this at one point. Matt may have seen them. I don't know if Jen has seen them. That might be something good for closer to like Valentine's Day. I don't know. What's your favorite comedy of all time? That's a hard question. It fluctuates. I really like a movie called Hot Rod. It's very much my style of humor. I really like Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I don't know. There's a bunch. I'd have to really think on like what my favorite would be. I don't know if I have a favorite. Have you seen the new Star Wars Lego Holiday Special trailer? It's all characters together through time travel. I have not. That sounds hilarious. Dom, hey man, congrats on 100K. Loved your MCU reaction. Helped through lockdown. Thank you. I would recommend Rush and a miniseries Band of Brothers to react with. I don't think I've seen Rush, but I know it's popular, and I think I've seen the movie Band of Brothers, but I didn't know that there was a miniseries. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate the super chat a lot, man. Good question, Cody Watkins. Do you struggle on what content to make? Do you make something people will watch, or what you want to make? It's really a balance, because there's stuff that I want to do. When I did The God in the MCU, that was very much under the umbrella of this is what I want to make, even though I know not as many people will watch it. When we talked to Tom Sullivan, who did the VFX for the Evil Dead trilogy, and that was such a once in a lifetime opportunity in my perspective, I couldn't pass that up. Decided to do an interview with him, knowing that not as many people would care, unfortunately. But that all falls under the umbrella of things that I want to watch. And then I know that, in order to keep the lights on, I have to make, and I don't say like I have to, like it's a burden. I enjoy doing it, but I do know that there are some things that will more likely perform better and things that won't perform quite as well. So it's really just a balance. Big fan, Holden. What's your favorite film noir? Oh, geez. When you say film noir, do you mean like black and white? Because that would probably be On the Waterfront. City Lights is great. I went through a really big Charlie Chaplin phase. I watched all of his silent films. Great Dictator is good. Yeah, probably On the Waterfront, if that's what you would consider a noir film. Leo, I didn't see the message, but appreciate the super chat, man. I see some people. I don't know what the message said, but I see a couple of people that read it and are like, uh-oh. Let's see. Have you heard about the Spider-Man 4 fan film that is being done by High Mountain Studios? I have. I think because I've done Holden Super Chat was inappropriate. No problem. I trust your judgment on that. And apparently everyone else does as well. Don't know what it said, but I appreciate you looking out. I have heard about it. I'm excited to see it. I really want to finish my Spider-Man short film too. I think after I finish the Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees follow-up, that's what I'm going to hyper-focus on next because I really want to finish that. Hopefully it'll be good. No Deadpool yet breaks my heart. Matt has seen Deadpool, unfortunately, which is why. So you know what? Since everybody wants Deadpool, Jenna has not seen Deadpool. So if we do a My Friend Watches, it would probably be focusing on Jenna as opposed to Matt. That might be our way to kind of get around that. But I would love to watch those. After we do Logan, we might go straight into Deadpool. That might be good. That's another thing of like, got to give people what they want to see. Pre-ordered Miles Morales yet? Excited? I am excited. I don't play games as much as I used to. I just don't have the time anymore, unfortunately. But there are certain games that like I wait on. Spider-Man PS4 was definitely one of them where like I think I actually called out of work that Friday or like the day it came out or the day after it came out just so I could play it. Or maybe I was actually sick. Maybe that was the weekend. I don't remember. Either way, I remember taking time off of work to play that game. So every once in a while there will be a game where I will just like sink my teeth into, and it might be fun to do a live stream of that. Face shave. You, me, and Matt in the future would be an epic video. I'll provide the shave gear. Mel. Mel. I cannot shave my beard. I cannot do it. Jen would kill me for one thing. You know, actually, I went way shorter than I intended to because I use a little trimmer, and it has like 2 different guards, and I had the wrong guard on at the highest setting. So I was like trimming my beard and I was like, oh man, I got really long because these are some long strands I'm trimming off. And next thing I know, I was like, oh my gosh, I realized. And I was already like halfway done. I was like, well, now I got to do the whole thing. So that's why it's kind of shorter than usual right now. Yay, Shining. Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to finish. Have you seen The Lighthouse? I have. Pretty weird movie. I didn't say bad, but it's just weird. There's like mermaids and stuff. All right, I'm missing super chats. Let me. I'm scrolling, guys. I'm sorry. Just give me just a second as I try and catch up here. Okay. Spider-Man Noir. That's funny. Peasy, how's it going, man? I saw you guys were watching Hereditary, so I watched it before checking out your video. Normally, I would thank you for such a recommendation, but that one shook me. Congrats on 100K. Yeah, I watched it twice. I watched it once for Pastor's video and watched it once for Jen and I, and it just rakes at your soul, man, which, you know, good for them as filmmakers to be able to do that to the audience. But yeah, I hear you. Thank you so much for that super chat again, dude. I appreciate that a lot. Big fan, Holden. Do you prefer Marvel or DC in general? Probably Marvel. I think that's become kind of more of like the popularist answer now, but I do. I enjoy Marvel. With that being said, I love Batman. He's one of my favorite. He's in like my top 3 with like probably Spider-Man, Captain America, Batman, all kind of up there. Are you watching any more horror films? Hopefully, I'd like to kind of get out of horror films now that we're out of October. But eventually, if there's like one that kind of sticks out or like a new one that comes out around a certain time, like Krampus that came out several years ago, if people wanted us to react or talk about something like that, I would do something like that. Have you seen any of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy tributes? You're talking about the ones that like High Top has done? Because I have. Actually, High Top and I connected because of those videos. Love your channel, Holden. You're one of my favorite YouTubers. Thank you. Would you ever consider reacting to Cobra Kai or the Karate Kid movies? We've talked about doing the Karate Kid movies. I would really enjoy doing those. I have them all. There's like 4 of them, I think. The ones with Hilary Swank being like the 4th one. Cobra Kai, maybe not, only because it's a show, and we're really struggling as far as timing goes with TV shows to do. When will you do the rest of the Star Wars films with your girlfriend? Next. Yeah, once I finish editing The Shining, Jen and I will be getting back into Star Wars and finishing that off too. Alex, thank you so much for another one. When are you going to do memberships on YouTube? Would be a great way to support you when you can't afford Patreon. Got your back. The thing about memberships when you have a Patreon is trying to find a way that I can what I can give to a membership that I don't already give to Patreon without patrons feeling like they're getting shafted, I guess. Ideally, I would rather have people on Patreon than I would on a membership. And this is just from a financial sense, because YouTube takes 30%, I think, of membership revenue or just ad revenue in general, whereas Patreon takes like 7%. So ideally, I would rather have people on Patreon. But I know that as far as like convenience, and I know as far as like being in things like the super chats, you can have those little icons next to your name, and that's important. And I want people to have that. So I've thought about the best way to do that. And I actually was starting to work on my membership. I saw that you can do membership only live streams. That might be kind of a cool incentive. I do Patreon only live streams once in a blue moon, but that might be a good incentive to get people to hop over to $5, $4.99 or whatever it is, membership for that. And I also got to think of just like what I can pull off, because I know some people are like $50 to get a T-shirt and stuff. Well, that's a lot of time for me to go through and get T-shirts and send them off, and I would need it to be more passive, I guess, or something that I can schedule and I can take care of it. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but all that to say, I do want to start memberships. I just have to do it the right way. Have you seen the Spider-Man Monsters of Manhattan fan series trailer live reaction? I have not seen it. One of my expenses that I'll probably be getting in the near future. I'm waiting to see if Black Friday is. I really need a new computer. I cannot run OBS with the webcam that I use, just because the processor is so horrible in this. This is about a 7 or 8 year old computer now. Editing videos, especially now that I'm starting to edit kind of more 4K, and there's constant updates. It's just running slower. It would make my life so much easier. I could do more fun stuff like live reactions, where we could watch trailers and stuff together. So I would love to do more live reactions or live reactions at all in the future, if at all possible. Okay, super chats. Let me know if I missed any super chats, by the way, guys. I know here's one down here. Max. Hey, Holden, are you looking forward to WandaVision in December? It'll be nice to have some MCU content in a year when we haven't had any at all. Yeah. I'm glad that Matt and I were able to do the MCU tier list video that we did. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm still waiting to see like Black Widow. I would love to do that. But yeah, I absolutely will be seeing it. I'm really looking forward to the Obi-Wan series too. Do you know probably when the Shining video is going out? I'm editing it currently. It'll probably be early of next week, because this Saturday will be X-Men Origins Wolverine. It is available now on Patreon. If you would like to become a patron, you can check it out early. But it'll probably be early next week. Was that you at Taco Rock? Probably not. I haven't been at Taco Rock in a few months. As a Mexican, what do you think of the work of our directors, Del Toro, Cuarón? Oh, sorry. I will say, what's his name? Who did what's the name of that movie? Man, he did it with like $10,000. Rodriguez. I had a buddy of mine that let me borrow his book. I'm gonna have to look it up. It's like a thousand Ways to Die in Mexico or something like that. I'm thinking of this TV show and this movie. Die in Mexico. I hate it because I read this freaking book. I'm gonna see this through to the end. Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Yeah, Robert Rodriguez. There it is. He made that movie with like $10,000. Antonio Banderas is in it. I read. I don't know if I read the whole book, but I read his different portions on how he made it and kind of how he got his start and stuff. And it's from a low budget filmmaking perspective. I thought it was really, really inspiring. So I love that. Del Toro is great. He's kind of a weird guy, but he's great. But Robert Rodriguez, that I was able to relate probably a lot more to that than anything. Working on any short films at the moment, Christian? Yeah, I filmed and will be wrapping up filming for my follow-up to Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees today. And then I'm going to do my best to have it up by next Friday the 13th. We'll see. I know Tyler's working really hard on some of the VFX. I've already sent him footage for that. And then after that, I'll be finishing my Spider-Man short film. That's the plan. Found Star Wars order that works. You and Matt suggested a film I filmed my friend watch for first time. Started with Rogue One, then release date. It worked. Oh, very good, man. Thank you so much, Patrick. By the way, Patrick, I saw that you sent me a video like 3 weeks ago saying congrats for me crossing 100,000 on Instagram, I think. And I'm really, I don't check. It's not that I don't want to or whatever, but I get so many messages. I didn't actually see that till just the other day. So thank you for sending me that video. I really appreciate that. Have you seen the movie My Friend Dahmer? If not, I highly recommend it. I actually read the book before it came out, and I thought the movie was good. Thought it was okay. Book was interesting. Durf wrote it, and I think that name is hilarious. 2 words, VeggieTales. Holden, do you think you'll ever direct a big budget film? Probably not, for being realistic, but I would never. If life throws me the opportunity, I will go. I'll do my best to take it. But I mean, that's such an out there thing to try and do. I would actually have more luck at this point to try and crowdfund a project than going to like a studio and seeing if they would fund me to do that. What camera do you use for short films? I use a few. It just depends on what I'm doing. I use my Canon. It really depends. It depends on the shot. There's a channel called Film Riot that was really inspiring for me because it's all about low budget filmmaking, $20 to get certain shots and how to get, tracking shots or pan shots and have it look cinematic. So I think I use every camera I have at some point, depending on what I'm trying to shoot. I use my Canon Vixia G30, which I need to upgrade at some point. I use Tyler actually sent me his Sony A6300, which I use for a couple of the slow motion shots. I have my drone, which is a 4K drone camera. It just depends. Let's see here. Thanks for making this live stream earlier. Yeah, if I end up doing live streams, I would like to go back to doing like a weekly live stream. If I do, it would have to be probably around this time. From with the old Indie Mogul YouTube channel. Yeah, I am. I don't remember what all I've watched on there, but I do know that channel. May have missed this. What's your opinion on the TV show Daredevil? Loved it. Absolutely loved it. So it's sort of like Disaster Artists, where you buy all your cameras and equipment. Well, I mean, that's a little different. They're using $150,000 cameras, whereas I'm just using kind of prosumer cameras, depending. So not exactly the same. How are you doing, by the way? All good? Anything you want to take your mind off? Are you tired of anything specific? I'm good. I'm a kind of naturally more of like a lower energy kind of guy. Just more laid back. And I know that sometimes that can come off as me just being like kind of checked out, but that's just my personality. I'm doing very good. I'm very happy with where I'm at. I'm very thankful for all of you. So thank you guys so much. I'm cutting out a virtual class to watch this. Thank you. Glad you could be here. Would you want to create your own vision of the room, but it's actually good? I would be totally fine with getting the original script for the room and trying to recreate it. Like just put my own idea with what's on the script and try and do it. I think would be kind of fun. Are you still sick, Holden? No, I'm actually good now. I'm good. How do you get actors for your film? It's a very good question. A lot of them I know. This is not going to be a conventional way, but I actually went to community theater here in Pensacola, and I auditioned for a play. I had never done that before, and I ended up getting the role. I ended up getting the part. I was in Little Women. I played John Brooks, and I partially did this so that I would be able to see how someone else directs. And it was directed by a woman named Jennifer Godwin. It's how I met Alex, who played the final girl in the Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees short. I have just straight up messaged people and asked them if they like looked the part, if they wanted to do it, or I'll, you can go on like local college, like theaters, just like their theater social media pages. Like we have University of West Florida here. They have a theater, Facebook or an Instagram or something. You see who's on there. If you have a role in mind that you need somebody for, that's somebody that's an actor already, you can message them. I will try and compensate in some way for them helping out. I usually make it very clear that what I'm doing is very low budget, and so I'll typically try to buy pizza for everybody, or try to buy food, or just like reimburse things like gas or something, or if I need them to wear certain clothing, I will pay for the clothing. So just stuff like that. Either they're breaking even working with me, and at this point, now that my channel is more popular, they will actually get good exposure. And I hate the exposure line. I've heard that all my entire life trying to friggin' make videos and stuff, but I can actually back it up now that people will see, so that's good. Anyway, that's how you do it. Holden, I tested positive for COVID this morning in the UK. I'm sorry to hear that, Dylan. I'm having to isolate for 2 weeks, but at least more time to rewatch your content. Well, I'm glad you're going to rewatch the content, but I hope that you're doing okay, man. I hope that you get through that. I know that's got to be stressful. Man, I will work for free if you need an actor. Well, thank you. I actually posted a thing on Twitter. I don't use Twitter that much, but I posted something asking last week if there was anybody in the area that wanted to help with the short film, and nobody was able to, unfortunately. So it's oh man, brings me back. What's my Twitter? It's in my I think it's in the description of this. It's one of those that just automatically populates for every video. I'm not on there very often at all, so every once in a while I'll post something, but it's pretty rare. Who's your favorite Star Wars character? Obi-Wan. Pay for my flight from the UK and put me in a hotel, and I'll act for you. Pensacola Asian. How's it going, buddy? I wanted to help with the film, but one, I saw its days after the post, and two, I was recovering from stomach bug. Fair enough, man. I understand. We ended up being able to do it. It was very fast and loose shoot. I feel bad because of some of the footage I gave to Tyler, but he works wonders, man. If I ever make it big, I will absolutely. Tyler is one of those guys that I will bring with me every time I give him something, and I'm like, I don't know what you can do with this. Here's what I would like, but do your best. He always blows me away, and it always exceeds my expectations. So if I ever make it big, Tyler, I'm bringing you with me. Are you the biggest YouTuber from Pensacola? Not even close. Not even close. Super Mario Logan is by far the biggest here. And then I think Geeks and Gamers is probably second biggest. Yak Motley is probably third. I'm probably fourth or fifth if there's another one I'm not aware of. Will you ever do more videos showing your magic act? The Fushigi one made me giggle. Yeah, the Fushigi video, for some reason, randomly kind of picked up, and I think it's crossed 100,000 views, which is crazy to me. I miss doing those type of commentary style videos. From Pensacola, but I live in Delaware. Well, thanks. Oh, that's awesome. Thoughts on WandaVision? Very excited. Holden, any updates on your Spider-Man short film? I'm spitting now. Sorry. I mentioned earlier, I'm finishing the Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees follow-up, and then we'll be focusing on finishing Spider-Man. Spider-Man is going to take some time. I actually sent some footage to Mateo Rivera, who's edited some videos for me in the past. And I told him, I was like, I think I sent him the finale scene. We filmed the finale scene of the short film first. because we had to get a location to do it. And the location was only available this is a certain time. So, and how we got that, I just asked, I asked for a favor. I was like, I'm willing to pay, but it's probably it's not going to be thousands of dollars, but I could pay, a little bit if we could just have it for a couple hours on a night where you weren't going to do anything anyway. So they let me do that. And, anyway, I might have lost track there. Sorry. Let's see here. Oh, all that to say, yes, I want to finish my Spider-Man short, and Mateo is working on editing that scene. What movies has Jen gotten you to see? Oh, actually, quite a few. I watched the Scream movies for the first time with Jen. She showed me a movie called The Rock, which is like one of her favorites with Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage. So she's actually introduced quite a few movies to me. Thank you for opening our mail. Thank you so much, Joyful Spirit. My kids rewatched the reaction several times. Congrats on 100,000. Thank you so much. I think that we were saving the cookies or something that you send us for a special occasion, and we would love to do that Disney thing that you were talking about. I know Prime. Well, I don't know if it's actually for me to say. Rather, forget what I just said. But we would love to do that at some point. I don't know if we're in contact at all. If you tried messaging me, it's hard for me to see. But the best way to probably contact me for something like that is my email, and it's just holdenthardman@gmail.com. So send me an email is probably the best way to get in touch with me. Longtime UK fan. Oh, Tyrone, how's it going, buddy? What's your alcoholic tipple choice? I actually don't really drink alcohol all that much. I will on occasion. I'll have like a but other than that, I'm not really a big drinker. Jen and I will have wine from time to time, but I'm not a big drinker. Nothing against it. It's just one of those things. Would you ever want to see a Gwen Stacy storyline in the MCU? What would you want to see if that happened? I would love to see a Spider-Gwen thing at some point. I think that would be awesome. Thoughts about Moon Knight? Looking forward to it. What's your favorite video game? Probably one of the Fallout games. At least that's one of the games. Fallout 3, New Vegas, and Fallout 4 are games that I just spent tens of hours playing, probably hundreds of hours. So yeah. We sent the ketchup, Joyful Spirit. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody. Maybe think of somebody else. But yes, thank you so much for the ketchup. Much appreciated. When are you and Jen reacting to Rogue One? We'll probably film it tonight. Actually, it's tonight or earlier or later this week. But we will be getting back into Star Wars. How long have I been on here? Almost an hour. How are the pups doing? They're doing really good. It's my birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, King Wilson. Do you think that they will bring Daredevil into the MCU? I think that would be awesome. I would hope that they would bring Charlie Cox because he is a wonderful Daredevil. I think they nailed the casting for him, and I think that they need to keep that Daredevil. I'm still waiting for the day where we can see Spider-Man and Daredevil interacting on the big screen. What will you do when you get to 1 million? I'm not even thinking that far ahead, man. I don't even know if that feels like so far off, and that's how I felt with 100,000. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Waiting for Batman versus Superman and Watchmen reaction. We will get to Batman v Superman when we do the DCEU. Watchmen would be a really interesting one-off, I think, and it's been asked for enough times to probably. I'm curious to see how it would do on the channel. Me and my girlfriend watch you here in Gainesville. Well, thank you so much. You should be assistant director for Sam Raimi. Maybe one day. Friend react to the Jurassic Park trilogy. Yeah, we were That's one that's highly requested as well. Somebody reached out to me about, I guess there's like Jurassic Park. I don't know what you want to call them. They're like a community that's focused around those movies, and they have like the like props and stuff. I think they have like the Jeeps, and there's one of them reached out to me and was like, we can connect you to our Florida chapter if you ever wanted to use those props for a video when you do Jurassic Park. And so I reached out to them and I was like, yeah, I haven't done anything with it yet. I don't know when we'll do Jurassic Park, but yeah. Are y'all going to watch Logan or the Wolverine movies? You'll have to wait for this Saturday to find out. Dun, dun, dun. When are you going to watch the Amazing Spider-Man duology? Soon, hopefully. I'm just now getting out of the horror movie mindset. What YouTubers do you geek out to? Corridor Crew is probably the biggest one right now. I love their videos. Matt recently started getting me into Leon Lush, who does like commentary style videos that I used to do. I really enjoy those. Really, Corridor Crew is like the big one. I'll watch some video essays from time to time. Deadpool reaction. P.S. Love the videos. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Andrew. I mentioned earlier that we'll probably have what was I going to say? Totally lost. Oh yeah. Matt's already seen Deadpool. So if we end up watching it, we'll probably use Jenna as the friend that hasn't seen it. I don't know if Jen has seen it or not. But that might be an interesting one for all of us. Are you thinking of going to Galaxy's Edge at some point after COVID? Yes, I would love to. I absolutely would love to. I know Jen really wants to go to Animal Kingdom. I really want to go to Hollywood Studios. So if we end up going back, that's what we'll probably end up doing. Would you be willing to collab with other YouTubers in Pensacola? Depends. Depends on what they want to do, and depends on the mutual, if it's mutually beneficial in some way. There's also this misconception, because I know even when I was smaller and trying to reach out and trying to collab with other things, I mean, when you're this is just the case, when you're the smaller YouTuber, you have to, you have to make it worth it to them, I guess. I mean, I remember when I was trying to reach out to other YouTubers to collaborate with me, I get people that will reach out to me that want me to do all the work for them and their video and their channel. And, I'm like, I appreciate you wanting to collab with me, and I'm totally fine with that, but I'm not going to carry your channel for you. So I am willing to do it, but it has to be a mutually beneficial thing. There's also the notion that if you collab with a bigger YouTuber, that will make you all of a sudden bigger, and that's not always the case either. I learned that the hard way as well. What's your opinion on the Tethered Paw trailer? Haven't seen it. I appreciate the super chat, but I haven't seen it. I can't give you a good answer to that, but thank you so much for the super chat. Who would you want to interview? Raimi, not necessarily movie related. Probably any director, really, or any VFX or anybody that works on movies in general. I would love to. Doesn't really matter who they are to me. I mean, I have my personal people. I'd love to interview somebody like Martin Scorsese. It's like a really big Catholic. I would love to hear his perspective on things. Spielberg. I mean, Christopher Nolan. I would love to talk to any of them. All right, I gotta get going here soon, guys. I'm gonna try to answer a couple more of these. How do you like your eggs in the morning? I make them Gordon Ramsay style. Actually, Gordon Ramsay scrambled. I have to buy chives for that. I'm so late to this live. I just wanted to say I'm so excited for you and the growth of your channel. I can't think of anyone who deserves this more. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. I just was saying how I'm going to start wrapping it up, but thank you so much. It's been really exciting. Totally not expected. One of the things I liked when Mateo did edited that video for me, that surprise video, he did some of my live streams where I'm like, thank you for 3,000, 4,000, 10,000 subscribers. And it blows my mind. I thought 3,000, if you watch the 3,000 live stream, that's where I said, I was like, I think I'm pretty much going to cap off here. I think it'll be pretty stagnant growth from here on out. And here we are. So really means a lot to me, and it's awesome. All right. I think that's going to do it for me. It's been about an hour. Is that MCU Christian video series done now? Probably. It's one of those things I feel like I've said everything I needed to say. they don't really do that well as far as views on the channel, and I might be beating a dead horse at this point, but you never know. I might go back into it and just finish it off. But as of now, I'll probably just let it sit. Gratitude. That's it. All right, everyone. I appreciate it. If you want to see some behind the scenes of the short films and getting early access to certain videos and stuff, X-Men Origins Wolverine, my friend watches. It's already on Patreon. If you want to see it early, it'll be out on Saturday. That's it, everyone. Appreciate it. Love you all. Thank you again for all the super chats. And I'll catch you in the next one. Appreciate it, guys. Take care. Okay.